Hi everyone, back in March 2024, I quit my job and retired early. Welcome to Money Finance Mindset Episode 1. Here are a few things about me. I live in New York City. I am part of Gen X. That's anyone born between 1965 and 1980. I worked in banking, which gave me some valuable insights into personal finance. Before I quit, two big questions kept me up at night. First, have I saved enough? Second, what would I do next? In this episode, I will break down how I tackle the challenges and how I gain the confidence to walk away from a good paying corporate job. Let's talk about the first concern. Figuring out how much is enough isn't straightforward. There are too many wild cards like how long I will live, will inflation go haywire, etc. I use the 4% rule as a benchmark. My thinking is this: if my portfolio is much larger than what the rule says I will need, then I will be fine. The 4% rule has been around since the mid-90s. Here's how it works. If you withdraw 4% of your savings in the first year of retirement, adjusting for inflation each year after that, your money should last about 30 years. Let's crunch some numbers for our imaginary Mr. Smith who has 1 million saved for retirement. The 4% rule comes with two big ifs: inflation and portfolio growth rates. To keep things simple, let's assume inflation stays steady at 3% and his portfolio grows at 4%. In the first year, he withdrew 40,000. With 3% inflation factored in, that amount increased to 41,200 in the second year, 42,436 in the third year, and so on. While he makes his annual withdrawal, his savings continue to grow at 4%, but by the end of year 28, the remaining balance won't be enough to cover the next withdrawal. That's the issue with the 4% rule. It may work well for those retiring in their 60s, but for someone like me retiring early, it gets tricky. To avoid tax penalties, I can't tap into my 401k or IRA until I'm 59 and a half. I also won't qualify for Social Security until 62. That leaves a sizable financial gap I need to cover on my own. On top of that, there's New York City. I love its energy, but the cost of living here is no joke. On the flip side, I'm debt-free and own my place. I maintain a modest lifestyle. When it comes to investing, I hold on to my investments long-term and let their value grow naturally. So while the 4% rule has its challenges, I use it as a benchmark or goalpost. That's why I said earlier, if my portfolio is much larger than what the rule says I will need, then I'm good to go. Feeling financially secure is one thing, but figuring out what to do with all that free time is overwhelming. Then it hit me. Why not share my experiences? For nearly 2 decades, I manage collection strategies. I have seen firsthand how easy it is to get caught in a cycle of credit card debt. We don't learn much about financial literacy in school, but it's crucial. It helps us make smart choices. So we are not just thinking about today, but also about building a strong future. I've written a few blog posts and made some videos. Check out the links below if you are interested. I can't wait to dive deeper into topics like budgeting, saving, and tackling debt. If that's your kind of thing, subscribe and follow along. See you again soon.